Hello, everybody. How are we doing? I think we're good. I think we are good. No title about Saudi card. Not us, man. I'm not bothered. Not really too bothered about that one. Can't lie with you. I thought it was pretty ass. Let me just adjust my camera. Just there we go. Just orientate it a little bit better. There we go. How are we doing, everybody? Hope you're all well. Hope you're chilling. Hope you're having a good morning, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at in the world. I've had a pretty chill one. Pretty chill day today. Recorded the pod. I don't actually know when it's out. I'm waiting for Will to do the thumbnail. I actually need to edit the pod as well. I haven't even done that. It'll probably be out later tonight, if not early tomorrow. But yeah, the card, I thought it was all right. Here before the stream starts, you are, man. Good to see you, Wolf. Good to see you, brother. I'm going to move my chat here as well, so I don't have to stare off into space to see you. I enjoyed the Saudi card. We can agree to disagree. To be honest, I thought it was kind of average. It was good to get some knockouts in there, I suppose. It was nice. Obviously, Rob Whittaker getting his finish was awesome. So that was at least, it ended well. It ended how I hoped it would, right? Eat some cheese. Only if it's mozzarella. Only if it's mozzarella. Saudi card was shot apart from Whittaker being a boss. I agree with that. With some friends getting high and happy for the Walker card. Walker fight, and that KO freaked me out. It was brutal. Yeah, I mean, we needed it, right? I was talking about this with the new gloves. You know, I feel like we're long overdue some proper good meaty finishes, as psychopathic as that might kind of sound. It was nice. It was nice to see someone getting a knockout. It was good. And what a knockout it was. That follow-up shot, sheesh. Nasty. Back flashback to the stream when Whittaker Ellis was announced. I said Ritko around 1K and you doubted me. Fair enough. I haven't gone back and checked yet. I did change my prediction to Whittaker to say that Whittaker would win. Whittaker next. Sean is here. We're not doing this again. I ain't got the energy for it. You know my stance it is. Felipe Lima going to be a monster 135. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Especially on was it short notice he took that fight against Naimov, or am I crazy? But yeah, he looks very good. I know he had a lot of hype around him coming into this fight. Undefeated, wasn't he? A lot of hype around him. So, and he looked, bro, the speed. Are you kidding me? Or even with the size difference, like, you know, he was a little bit smaller, but he was so fast. Volkov really proved that Pavlovich slipped in his previous fight. Yeah, I mean, it was a great performance. I did pick Volkov to win. Should have put money on it, really. I was pretty set on Volkov winning that fight, and lo and behold, just how good is Tom Aspinall is the question. Oh, okay. I ain't glazing Tom yet, but maybe later today. Drew for the win? Yes, sir, Charlie. But I like both guys, as I said. I said this last stream. I like both dudes. Don't really want either man to lose, but thus is MMA. Someone's got to be the loser, unless we somehow get a draw. But I think someone's probably going to get knocked out, if you had to ask me. Lima is one of the most athletic people I've seen. He has O'Malley level athleticism. That's an interesting comparison. Yeah, I mean, weight class up though, right? Really, he looks more like a bantamweight. And I remember on commentary, if I'm not mistaken, I think Bisping said he fought at flyweight at too, right? So, I mean, yeah, he looks a little bit small for featherweight. It's the big problem I think Nathaniel Wood has as well. But yeah, he's definitely athletic. The speed is crazy. Took the fight at 145 on a week's notice. Yeah, what a beast. I'm pulled out of the bag. 83 on the Saudi card. When I'm old enough, I'm going to start betting. Don't bet. Well, I mean, bet responsibly. I bet very dangerous game. I don't bet very often, and that's why I'm in the green, because I don't bet very much money very often. So I bet smart. White House fans are going to be in shambles. Well, I say hopefully. I will say a lot of Pereira fans are kind of annoying, and I technically am I'm a Pereira fan, but I mean like the fanboys, you know. They get on my nerves. Lima Cannon will be bantamweight champion in the future. I think it's too early to say. Too early, bro. Arsenal got my nerves because he's done a full 180 on the Jones thing and now keeps claiming on Twitter he doesn't need Jones. I don't think it's a copium thing. I think he's just tired of ranting on about it because he knows Jones is going to retire. He's just trying to move ahead. And he's right, though, isn't he, really? He doesn't need Jones to prove to anybody he's the best. I think he knows he's the best. And that's kind of enough. I think that's the mindset you got to have. I'm sure in the future, implying he's still the heavyweight champion of the world, I think he'll long prove that he's the best heavyweight on the planet. So, listen, we can do that. Visiting and commentary during Kelvin's fight, yeah. Yeah, it was good. I have to say, normally it's not my favourite trio. I think they're pretty good, but they're not my favourite. But I thought they were good. They were very funny. Fun fact, Bo Nickel and Shah will never fight each other. Shah won't fight Bo Nickel. He's not even that good. I can't lie. I can't lie to you. I don't think Shah Bullet's all that. Very fast, great kicks, but that's about it. Now, his takedown defense was all right, but it was against the guy who was fighting on 3 days' notice and had no energy after the first couple of minutes. So, you know, against a really competent wrestler, I think he loses. I'll take it. He should stay at featherweight. Naimov is a dangerous person to get held down, but he did fine. Plus, lightweight class has more skill. Yeah, I do agree. Bantamweight's a lot more. I think Van's a lot more challenging than featherweight right now. But it's tough. It's tough, honestly. A lot of avenues for him to go. But, you know, I'm sure he'll do well wherever he goes. You can see by his ability. You can just tell, right? You can just tell. Leo Cooper picking everyone that Pereira fights at 205 to ensure he wins. Maybe I'm cursed with Pereira. Listen, I picked Jamal Hill. And listen, I'll probably be wrong on this one. I'll say this on record. You can clip this. I'll probably be wrong on this one. Because if I was going with my brain, I'd pick Pereira. But I'm going with my heart because I like Jiří. I like Jiří Lash that a little bit more. No, Aspinall needs to push for unification. He has. He's done all he can. Jones is just ducking him. There's not. At the end of the day, there's nothing he can do. It's not in his hands, is it? So he needs to beat Jones just to shuttle his fans up. Yeah, I agree, but it won't happen. So real quick, I am actually gonna. You can see my jumper is filtering because my chroma key's on when it doesn't need to be. There we go. Gaston requested this fight at 205, guys. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that's true. I know that's what Bisme said. I don't know how serious that was. But I know Kelvin caught some flack, right, in the press conference. The post-fight press conference from Dana, which is rare. Dana said not to felt annoyed by Aspinall pushing for Jones and wanted to cut him. That's bullshit. When is that ever been true? Who thought that we get a Zack Snyder UFC film? Like that shit guy was talking about the UFC, like he owns it right in front of Dana. It was funny. I haven't seen that, Corgi. Is that a thing? Am I crazy? I want Aspinall to beat Curtis Blades, even if I like Blades more. I don't want Jones or his fans to start talking anything online. Yeah, I mean, I actually like Curtis Blades a lot. I think he's a stand-up guy. He proved that after their first fight between him and Aspinall, of course, which obviously ended with the injury straight away, and there was a lot of respect shown. And I think Blades gets a bad rap. I think he's a really nice dude, which is a shame because I'm picking against him at 3 or 4. So picking against him. Ariane, I haven't even read your second message, and I already know what it's saying, and he's right. Like the stream. Happened in the post-fight last night. Is that true? I haven't seen it. Honestly, if they did cut him and you said contract disputes are at fault, how would you feel? I'd be pretty disappointed. For the fact we wouldn't see Tom in the UFC anymore. It's at the end of the day, you can say a lot of things about the UFC, and you can critique them for a lot of things. Just many justified. But at the end of the day, it's the place we all like to watch the sport of MMA. So I would be disappointed, of course. Who wouldn't be? Unless you're John Jones, wouldn't be disappointed. What do you think of the title eliminator between Whittaker Strickland for the winner of Dricus Adesanya? Yeah, I actually spoke about this on the pod. We were debating who gets the title shot. I know we spoke about it in the Discord as well. But when I was recording the pod today, we had a little debate about it. But yeah, we kind of ended up settling on a title eliminator. So yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it makes sense. It makes sense. It clears. I think there's a real, it's a difficult choice to have. Whether you pick Whittaker or Strickland. So why not rule out that? Pit them against each other. It makes sense to me. So it makes sense. I like that. As for who wins it is a different question. I don't know. I'd hope to say Whittaker, but Strickland's a tough puzzle that not many people can figure out. Dana and the Turkey guy were interviewed, and the Turkey has a lot of plans for the UFC in Saudi. I mean, the UFC a lot of plans for Saudi. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not surprised Saudi Arabia do as well. Obviously, like the Riyadh season thing. Look at what they're doing in boxing. It makes sense. Only natural. Tony versus Gordon. Well, he's got to get through Chiesa first. We'll see. Dana said that for real. Hunter said, listen, Tom Jones is fighting Steve A, and I'll do anything for my pookie. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Has Sergey said why he pushed Volkov yet? No, I don't think there's anything to it, mate. Honestly, I think it's just, if I had to guess, just emotions riding high, man. He was frustrating. It's a frustrating fight. I think back to Chris Curtis versus Jacob Manson, which was, I'm really testing my knowledge here. I think it was the co-main. Yes, it was the co-main to Aspinall Tybura. And Manson won, and he picked Chris Curtis off from the outside, and it really frustrated him. And you could tell the emotions were running high, and Curtis was fuming afterwards. And I think it's just when you have a frustrating fight like that, in which a guy is able to just shut down and nullify all your best qualities in the cage, I think it just results in the emotions coming out a little bit at the end. So I don't have any problem with it. I'm sure Volkov doesn't either. Obviously, they will seem to have some sort of relationship / previous friendship. So I don't think there's anything to it. No bad blood. I'm sure he's apologized in private. Who you got, Bobby Knuckles or Sean? Yeah, I'll go Bobby. I'll go Bobby Knuckles. He's my boy. I love his podcast. I've shouted out many times. MM Arcade podcast. It's fucking great. Kamaru Usman thinks he can take on Arnold Allen like lightweight. What? Usman's never making lightweight. I'll say that. So we're not, we're not getting that fight. You got a guy who's a featherweight, than a guy who's just fought at middleweight. So no, I know you're chatting shit a little bit there. Though. I want to see Paulo Costa versus Pereira and Hermanson Anthony Hernandez. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm honestly Michel Pereira anywhere near the top 5, top 10 is what I want. It's about time. He's been fighting quite a few cans, not entirely his fault. People have cancelled on him and he was meant to fight certain guys, but also partly his fault. A couple of weight misses here and there. Hasn't really fallen into place for him, but I think it will. Daddy, you call me whatever you want, mate. So I'm joking. Saudi crab was so dead. Yeah, I think it's just the nature of the beast, you know what I mean? Bit of a different sport there. Not used to it. So we went about the Saudi crowd, but at least they didn't throw shit at Rob like the Brazil crowd would have. I think the Brazil crowd, they're passionate, just in the wrong ways. Probably the best way to describe them, right? Yeah, if you can, I said already, like the stream. Liking the stream would go a long way. It gets more people in it, so thank you. I know everyone's saying Strickland would beat Whitaker, and I thought that for a while, but Rob Blitz is very head movement orientated and Sean could have trouble timing the jab. Yes, that was my general consensus. When I think about that fight, that's how I see it going as well. Strickland's very good at landing that jab. I think a guy against a guy like Rob who's very mobile, on his toes, and he has those flurries where he comes in he's very agile. So yeah, I agree. I think Strickland would struggle to find the mark there. I think he'd have a lot of success with the teeps, but who knows? Pereira versus Charlotte, yeah, that'll be an awesome fight, 100%. Yeah, I'd make that now. At the same time, I think Pereira is a little bit too far ahead. I think you have to give him. He hasn't fought a ranked guy, if I'm not mistaken. He's literally on a stupid win streak. They have to give him a ranked guy. So I don't think that would happen. But style for style, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say it wouldn't be awesome because it absolutely would be, right? Usman versus Allen at lightweight is a fight that's so hard to imagine. It feels weird thinking about. That's the problem. I hate these. I said this before. I hate these sort of questions where you're like, oh, if you had DJ at heavyweight versus John Jones, who would win? It's like, I don't know, because you put a guy at heavyweight like that, it completely changes everything in terms of how he fights. I can't visualize that. So no, I hate shit like that. Michelle Whoopshire, yeah, I think so. I think he subs him, actually. Volkov said in his post-fight, I think it was the first time he ever heard Sergey swear at him. Yeah, I mean, I know that report was kind of instigating it a little bit, right? Walker Reyes, battle of the chins, wouldn't it be? I'd go Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes, why not? Who can Jared Gordon pay off to get an edge on these close decisions? Yeah, it's harsh, but it's unforgiving. The sport is just unforgiving, and when you leave it to the scorecards like that in a close fight, because it wasn't a robbery, it was a very close fight, it's very hard to pick a winner in that fight, so you can't really get mad. You can feel sad, but you can't get mad. And... there's no outcry there for me. It wasn't like the Paddy fight. I thought the Paddy fight was pretty clear. This one wasn't. So I have a lot less problem with the decision than I did with that one at 282. So we're going to snatch up the first teep Strickland throws. He will get ragdolled. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he wouldn't even be in range for it, right? I don't think Whitaker would have success with the leg kicks because Strickland's leg kick defense is very good. It's an interesting matchup, isn't it? You've got two very unique styles. No one has styles like them in the division, let alone maybe even the roster for the most part. So it's a very fun fight. I'd make it. Why not? Sums up Shy Bullet. Will he be champ? No. Should the UFC feed him cans of fun fights his entire career? Yes. No, I'd rather them give him a challenge. I hate fucking people who just can crush. And are happy to do that. It's just ridiculous. I can see Bobby hitting Sean with his own jab as he did Izzy. Both dudes would trade jabs, would be a battle of straight shots. Yeah, for sure, man. I don't know. It's a real tough one. Honestly, mate. I don't know. It's such a hard fight to visualize, as I said, because their styles are so unique and so different. But I don't know. F that, my boy Gordon got robbed. Nah. A close fight's not a robbery. In hindsight, Costa was such a favorable matchup. Sean. Simple balloon animal striker with bad footwork and bad cardio. Yeah, I said that. He had a round and a half in him where he could win the fight, and then after that, it's curtains. And that's what happened. Harry 1 of 1. What's up, my brother? Go shout. I'm actually going to shout you out, my man. Go subscribe to Harry. He makes content of his own. You've probably seen his stuff. Strickland is the best kick checker in the UFC. No BS. Yeah, he's up there, right? Who I'm trying to think of who would compare to that. Sean O'Malley, maybe? He's all right. Pereira's is good. Yeah, go sub to Harry. In fact, I'll link his channel right now. I'll go the extra mile for you, bro. No, I'm joking. I mean, I will do it. But I'm acting like it's some sort of effort, which it, of course, is not. Here you go, mate. Go and subscribe if you haven't already. All I see is Strickland's high knee stepping forward into one of Whittaker's quick blitzes and catching it straight right. I don't know. Okay, I'm lost for words here. Normally, I'm stumbling like crazy because I'm trying to visualize the fight at the same time, and I just can't. As I said, well, Cherry's fight companion last night, the Macless Mac and the cheese looked dope. References, I'm sure. But yeah, Harry, mate, I always said this. I respect you and anyone in Europe who does watch-alongs, because I did too, and I just can't be asked again. It was so long and fucking exhausting, bro. So never again. Maybe one time I'll do it. I probably should have done one for 300, but yeah, it's rough, man. 7-hour streams until like 7 a.m. I ain't built for it. Mac and cheese. If you're eating mac and cheese, I might have to jump in there. Can't lie. Might have to jump in there. I was actually going to reach out to you again recently just about the Talking Channel stuff, because I need just to get your 2 cents on it. Your workflow and all that jazz, but we can another time. Tell me if you can visualize this. Strickland is creeping towards Whittaker, and as Whittaker blitzes, the both jab at the same time. No, I agree with that. I think it's just everything else, right? It's a weird puzzle. I don't know how Strickland deals with that forward pressure. He's not... The thing is, if you can enforce a fight against Strickland where you're pushing him back, as hard as that is to do, and pretty much no one's been able to do it, you're going to have success. Anytime you let Strickland play his game and play on that front foot and drive forward and just pressure, you're fighting a losing battle. It's just like getting pushed back by a wave. You get pushed back a bit, you try and come forward, and it goes again. And it's just that for 25, 15 minutes, right? So Rob would have to find a way to negate that and make him fight on the back foot instead, which that would be the path to victory. So however that happens, that's what I would say. Remember one of Leo's old watch-alongs back in 2016? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Jesus. Costa never fails to disappoint in his fights. Well, hopefully we see a switch up, right? Because obviously we had, he did some reflection after that fight against Strickland, and he was saying on Twitter how he's just going to throw all that shit in the bin, stop trying to fight technical, and fight like a killer, like he did in his old fights and in his come-up. And if that's not all talk, then I'm excited. So we'll have to wait and see. Next time he fights, I will still be watching, because if he has changed and the mindset has shifted, we're going to get a much more exciting Paulo Costa, right? Rob won't pressure him hard. I think he's going to do what Pereira did and circle, but keep it in the middle and blitz in. Yeah, I hope so. I'd like to see that high kick more. Rob throws it a lot, but I'd like to see it even more than he does. I know he sets it up a lot of the time, and he's very measured with it, but it's such a good weapon of his. Such a good weapon. But Strickland's head kick defense is very good, so I don't know if it'd be too effective against him. I'm more speaking generally. No way Strickland can stop Rob coming forward. No way in a million years. Well, he did it to Adesanya. I know different sort of fighters, but he can do it to the best in the world. So who knows? Whittaker Strickland at 305. Oh my God, mate, you're saying a lot of... I can't even read all that out. Can't lie. Headache. I think the key to beat Strickland is power, because he didn't respect Izzy or Paulo's power. So he just walk you down, whereas Drickus and Alex have significant enough power to make him think twice. Yeah, I agree with that. Adesanya he's not a very powerful striker, but he's very precise. And that's where Adesanya finds his finishes. But Strickland never respected that, as you say. So he was able to walk him down. Yeah. And Paulo, I said this in my prediction, and obviously I'm sure him and his team would have had this all down long before anyone else did. But, they knew Costa's cardio wouldn't hold up after a round or two, because you got a guy who's very muscly, and the power goes from those shots in the arm. The arms get tired, and that's it. Every round and a half, Costa turns into a pillow. He's got pillow hands for the rest of the fight. And especially if it's 5 rounds. I bet the Strickland camp were laughing when they heard it was 25 minutes. So, at that point, it was open season. And they knew the fight was won, really, after that first 2 rounds. It was Strickland's fight to lose. So I was never in doubt that was an easy matchup. And that's why I didn't want it to be 25 minutes. Because we got what we got, and I knew that was going to happen. And it's just a complete bore fest. Did you see Ortega saying Ilya Max is official? No, I didn't see that. Is that true? I didn't acknowledge Ortega. Yeah, I said sorry for that. Listen, I was when the rewriting scripts and shit, that all was just a giant shit show. I'm sorry for that. And I like Ortega a lot. I did not know about this Ilya Max thing. I don't know. I doubt he would be the first to hear about it, so I'm not going to take that too seriously. But I won't be surprised if that matchup does get made, because realistically, it's going to be that for the BMF. Maybe they'll do like a combined thing where it would be for the BMF and the featherweight championship of the world, which I'd fucking love. I think that'd be awesome. So winner gets the other person's belts. Wouldn't that be awesome? So I think it would be that, or we're going to get the Volkanovski rematch. Which one would I rather see? I would rather see the former, of course. I like Volk. Think he needs more time off. I don't really want to see him fight Topuria again because I don't think it ends well for him. But the Max fight is very, very interesting from a stylistic perspective and legacy perspective, right? It's awesome. It's the fight to make at featherweight. So that would be the one I'd make. Leo hates the king of grappling at featherweight. I love Ortega's grappling is some of the most exciting in the sport. He's one of my favorite fighters in that division. Women's MMA crush. I don't really have one, you know. Not really my type. Post it in Discord fight discussion. Really? I think I might have seen it actually. Maybe I did. Where? He's heard it, mate. I'm not taking that too seriously. I'm not a hardcore BMF hater. The idea of the current champ being the BMF is corny to me. I mean, it makes sense. If you're the champ, you should be a BMF, really. If anything, that makes the BMF title more dumb that it's not one of those pick champs. So, I mean, if it was up to me, I would I would join the UFC just to win the BMF title and then retire so that shit can never happen again. So it would be vacant, and they were like, "You're really going to do this?" I mean, they would do that, wouldn't they? I would try and find a way to get rid of it. It's dumb. It doesn't need to be a thing. But I understand it. It makes sense. It sells pay-per-views, whatever the fuck. For me, it just erodes the legitimacy of the sport a little bit, right? Just a little. Do you see Diego Lopez on Nina Drama? He was teaching a BJJ and is actually a legit coach. I didn't see the video. I saw it pop up on my feed, but I just don't really watch a lot of MMA content, as I've said. But yeah, I mean, he is a coach. He was in... I don't know if this is true, but is he Grasso's grappling coach? I don't know. I know he's in her corner, so who knows? Does Ilya qualify as a BMF? I don't know. I don't know what it depends what you measure a BMF. In terms of the best, then that makes you a champ. BMF is a different sort of thing, right? I don't know. Well, Masvidal retired. They just done Dustin versus Justin. That's true, yeah. Fucking hell. Get rid of it. Just keep it how it should be. Call me a traditionalist or what, but I want legitimacy in the sport. I want professionalism, which is why I'm so happy we've got guys like Alex Pereira in the sport, because they're just a refreshing reminder of what MMA is about. Full unadulterated violence and sportsmanship. You need both of those things rather than this fucking bullshit. I'm going to get on the mic and say some shit that's really controversial, a la Colby Covington, a la McGregor. It's tiring now, man. And it looks like we're shifting away from that. I said that in the Casuals Guide video. Maybe we're shifting away from that old era now. And guys like Pereira and Procházka are ushering in this new one. So we'll see. Instruction was really good, though, like really good. And yes, he is Grass's coach on Tough. There you go. I'll have to look at that. I'm sure I'm not sure. I'm sure he is a good coach. Does he have subtitles on? I hope so, right? Because I don't speak Portuguese. Current lineage, title lineage is like a Wagyu steak. The BMF is like an oily burger. Both are nice. They should not mix. That's a good analogy, bro. Yeah, very true. I do like a good Wagyu steak. The very, very few times I've actually had one, I have to say. Wagyu beef is the good shit. Can't really afford it, though. Can't lie to you. Can't wait for Jiří versus Alex. I'm more excited for that than Conor versus Chandler. I disagree. But because there's nothing like a McGregor fight, it really is quite a bit of a spectacle thing, and that kind of just elevates it innately. But yeah, no, I mean, I can't complain. This replacement fight, great, love it. Next for Volkov, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because no one really wants to see him versus Aspinall because of how it went the first time round. Jones is going to retire. I think maybe if Stipe continues to fight and doesn't retire, I think you throw him Stipe just to keep him occupied. I don't know. Maybe Steel Organ rematch. I don't know, man. BMF is fight anyone, anytime. Ilya declining everyone, saying featherweights don't deserve the shot. I don't think he's declining anybody. I just don't think they've offered him a fight yet. That's just it. Who would win Max versus Volk in lightweight? Volkanovski. I don't think it's too much difference at lightweight between those two. I think Volkanovski would win again. I don't think Volk's as washed as everyone's saying is. Yes, he's been knocked out brutally twice. Max probably won't put him away. And Volkanovski is still very good. He still had very good, and he won the first round against Ilya Topuria. And it's not really the fact that he won that round is what I'm focusing on. It's the fact that it was very competitive, and he was not out of his depth at all. He just got caught. It can happen to anybody. So I don't think skill set-wise he's gone anywhere. So I think he'd still beat Max if they fought again. At the end of the day, all the weights have belts, but they all made up. It took years to step away from the ridiculous boxing weights. So really, even though, yes, BMF is made up, so are all the belts. I disagree with that. I think the idea of having a champion is just... integrated with combat sports. It just is. So you have to have that. It's not a case of, oh, it's made up. I feel like when you have a professional combat sport, you have the belts. Obviously, there are lines to it. I don't think you should have multiple belts like they do in boxing because it just completely makes all of them not important. When you have one belt, it means something, right? You've got one man or woman per division, one belt per division, and it just works. That's how it should be in boxing. That's part of the reason why boxing is just frustrating to watch. Another reason, right? Volker said after the fight, the person covering his hair was a stylist, and he said it straight faced. Yeah, I think he's just Russian, bro. I think he was joking. He just wasn't smiling. What up, brother? What up, brother? Good to see you, Predator. What's up, my man? Mathematical as well. Why not many people here? All in good time, my brother. You're here, and that's enough. Listen, baby steps. We're growing. We're growing. All in good time. Listen, you gotta understand, building a streaming audience takes a fucking long time. That's just how it is. And in the far future, we will be there. As I said, baby steps. Ain't worried about. I'm thinking in the long term, my guy. No different from the GOAT pound for pound discussion. It's all bullshit that we are used to acknowledging. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about the BMF and all the belts and all that jazz. It ain't nothing. I think 4-man tournament for vacated belts would be cool. I like that a lot, actually. It's a little bit... I know I just said about traditionalism and just sticking to what works and what's normal, but I love the idea of a tournament. And in a way, it is traditional because the very first UFC tournament, a UFC event was a tournament. So I guess it is, in a way, right? So why not? Why not? I'd definitely do that. It sounds like fun. And it wouldn't have to be on the same night. You could do it, yeah, you could do a four-man tournament. I like that a lot. You made me fall in love women's MMA even harder. I mean, good. Good. I think women's MMA gets a bad rap. I think there's a lot of good potential in there, and you have to invest in that area of the sport for it to grow. So I'm happy for it. So I'm like, mate, don't apologize, bro. You're here. That's all that matters. All good for me. UFC will never do a league like that because that would actually be fair and not Dana and Hunter doing whatever the fuck they want. Well, what I'm interested to see is in the far future when eventually Dana and Hunter aren't at the helm. Oh my god, that voice crack. When they aren't at the helm anymore, right? Then we're going to see the UFC go in a completely different direction. That's the reality of it. I'm sure, Dana and Hunter and co might not like it, but they won't be in control at that point. So it's going to be interesting to see, because when you think about it, the UFC as a company is very new in the grand scheme of things. It's, 30 years old? Nothing. That's nothing compared to a lot of other sports. So PFL structure for vacant titles? Yeah. That they do tournament as well, right? Or if I'm not mistaken, how does that work? I don't mind how it works now. I don't think you need to change it, right? I don't think you need to change it. So, I wouldn't alter it too much, No easier way to get someone excited for a card than to send one of Leo's Cash's guides. You know it, brother. Brother. I always say I do prefer my other videos because I think they're just more in-depth, right? They're more cinematic. They're more storytelling focused, and I prefer making them. But the Cash's guide videos, yeah, I appreciate what they do in terms of they're informative, and they combine... The original ones were very just informative and kind of boring. But I think the combination now, I've blended the styles together. I've spoken about this before, is I think some of them are informative and they've also got that element of storytelling and, cinematic feel to them as well from my other videos. So it's kind of a nice little put together blend. Leo saying Gordon wasn't robbed. I don't think he was robbed. It was a close fight. It was tough. Put your name in your hat while you can quickly. For what? Forza Felipe Lima? Yeah, we spoke about him earlier. Yeah, looked very, very good. Very good. Ryan Garcia wants to fight the UFC. That would go horribly for him. I think we all know that. We all know that. Game's the game. It is indeed, bro. Yeah, Ryan. If you're talking about Ryan Garcia, just real quick. That guy's on a bit of a mad one, right? I don't know what he's doing. Obviously, just got the year suspension. Should have been more when you think about it, honestly. Happy that the win got rescinded. I think you need to have these sort of lines in the sport. You need to have these rule sets because otherwise people can do whatever they want. You can't have that. These sports need to pride themselves on fairness and discipline. So I'm glad at least they're taking action, but it should have been more than a year. Thinking about Ortega saying he wanted to move up. He's literally a tiny featherweight. He's not small for featherweight. He's a big featherweight. I don't he's not the biggest, but he's not small in any shape of them. Cannot speak today. Any shape or form. I think he'd look fine at lightweight. I don't know how well that goes for him because I do think he's just naturally not a fast striker, particularly. Quite a dangerous one. Actually got good boxing. But no, I don't know how well that goes from a lightweight. I think, to be honest, though, I think he'd do all right with his jiu-jitsu. I think that would carry him very far. $1.1 million. That's chump change for Ryan Garcia. He earns, 20 plus million a fight, mate. I don't think sure, like I don't think that's going to be the bottom. The year out is nothing. It should be at least 2, maybe even 3. I'm sorry, ain't no way. 5'8" and skinny at featherweight, I guess, but I think he'll look fine at low. I don't think he'll be out of the loop. Working on a process analysis essay on becoming a fighter in the UFC. Okay, and is that academic? Any tips? It's a difficult one because if you're writing academically, I can't really help you, and I'm not going to lie and sit here and say I can because my writing is very creative. It's very imaginative, so it's a completely opposite end of the spectrum. But is it a video essay or is it just an essay? Just a regular essay, I'm assuming. I think just if you know your writing style, stick with it. That's always what I do. Find your writing style at first. Once you have it, just hone that. I really learned to just build that over time, and I found a very structural approach to the way I make my videos in terms of the writing, but it's still got that creative flow to it. I know that sounds weird, but I have a very clear vision of what I'm trying to make whenever I'm writing my scripts nowadays, and I didn't used to. So, Tommy Volkov Ampav, yeah, he's the guy, man. He's the guy. What's up? Ready for the GOAT Smith to come back? I'm excited, you know. I actually think he might get it done. I wouldn't have said that against Oldberg, but he's fighting Delidze now, and I think he can beat him. I think he probably will. Regular. You're regular of the stream, JVD. Good to see you, bro. The interesting thing about this is that the public is still with Ryan Garcia. I can't believe that. I know it's crazy. I know people taking the piss out of Devin Haney, and yeah, he's probably not the most likable guy. But nah, you can't side with Garcia on this shit, especially with some of the things he said about people. Fuck around and find out. Yes, Leo, loving the content lately. Thank you, my brother. Good to see you. Thoughts on Hamza ever fighting again? Spoke about this on the pod today, which we recorded. Hopefully out soon. Got to plug it. I was thinking something towards the top 15 to prove he can make weight. I don't think it's a case of making weight. It's just making the fight. He hasn't trouble with the weight cutting, really. I know he had an issue before, but I think that was due to other factors. You know, at 279. I don't know. It's just yeah, he definitely needs a tune-up fight. I think they'll definitely throw him something like that, as you're saying. But will we see him fight again? I don't know. I really don't. It's happened so many times now. I just can't say with any confidence or certainty that he's gonna. So, can we get Presser? Nah, I'm keeping just the actual real life background today. We're gonna rock with it. Frozen, bruh. Are we good now? No. Come on now. Are we good now? Nah, don't do that. OBS fucking me up. Come on. Are we good now? I think we're good now. Yeah, we got the green light. We got a green light. I got to refresh my stream tab. Holy shit. Bro, why does it always... Okay, I think you can see me now, right? I think we're good. Okay, I don't know how big the delay is now. I think it'll come back, but... Fuck, man. Sorry about that. Sorry, we move. I don't know if you actually heard what I said. Did that come through? I hope you heard what I responded to your comment there with a pretty long statement. I hope that came through. Okay, we're back now. Yeah, everything's up to date now. We're good. Sorry about that, everybody. Holy fuck. No, I'm not checking general because I know what it is. Get the fuck out of here, man. I swear I'm going to ban you. Don't do that shit. Yeah, sorry, forward. Sorry if that did not come through. Hopefully my response was there. All right, let's have a look. Let me guess. What did you post, bro? Did you post this shit? I can't see. Okay. Yeah, okay. Get fucked. Yeah, I've been diagnosed with long COVID. When I out my training, I hit a calorie deficit. I get so fucking wiped out. Lethargic but can't sleep. Headaches and body pains. I haven't trained in ages because of similar stuff. I don't know if it's because of long COVID or what, but I had, again, something I've been trying to sort out with doctors and stuff. I get like crazy nausea and vomiting after a bit of training. So it's really bad. Not the same sort of symptoms as what you're dealing with, but I get really bad dizziness and nausea, and it's not from like overexertion or anything like that. I've been trying to figure it out, and doctors are useless. Log story, I've spoken about it before on here, but yeah, I feel your pain, mate. It sucks. When I try and I really miss getting on the mat, and I want to get back on it soon, but it's kind of out of my hands. One day. God, fuck OBS for that shit, man. Always trying to fuck with my shit. Yeah. Jesus Christ. So hot in Miami. It's really hot in the UK right now, at least by England standards. I am roasting. I'm roasting, and I can't have my window open when I stream because my whole entire road would hear what I'm saying, and we can't be having that. How can we? We can't be doing that. Did you see Smith's interview on MMA Hour? Man is delusional, both on and off paper. I mean, I think he shut everyone up off for the time being. I can't lie to you. Everyone gave him a load of flack when he said he was going to win against Vitor Petrino, and he went and did. So listen, I don't think people have any right to criticize him after his last performance. So we'll have to wait and see. That's it, man. Magnesium seems to help. Yeah, I'll give it a crack. I've honestly been trying a lot of solutions. Not much I've really able to figure out. I haven't been on the mats. It just kills your motivation, and ever since I graduated, I haven't bothered to find a new gym because I can't be asked to go and deal with that shit again with a bunch of new people. So we'll be back though, eventually, soon enough, and I will fucking love it when I do. Really will. Stream to the neighborhood? No. Sucks the UK doesn't have air conditioning. I know, right? I mean, I guess you can get it installed, but it'd be a bit of a waste of time. Lose the jumper, put on a white Peter vest. Nah, bro, you ain't catching dead wearing a vest. I don't think I've ever worn one in my life. Not really a UK thing, I don't think. Hello, inbred Angloids. What the fuck does that mean, bro? What the fuck? Petrino's a cat? No, he isn't, bro. Vitor Petrino is not a cat. That was his first loss, and wasn't he on a couple knockout streak before that, right? He'd won 4 in a row in the UFC. Yeah, I know some of the opposition wasn't crazy. Yes, he beat the pleasure man Anton. Is that Anton Takaliji or whatever his name is? That weird guy. The worst nickname ever, but also kind of the best. Marcin Petrino, he was pretty all right at the time, right? I mean, he beat Devin Clark and he beat William Knight and Devin Clark, so not crazy, but still, he beat Khalil Roundtree as well. I mean, like, you can't fault the guy. That's not a bad win at all. And then Modestas Procházka, who, yeah, he's all right, not great. And Tyson Pedro, who's okay, not great as well. But still, it's 4 wins on the trot in the UFC. 2 of them via finish. So I don't think you can say he's a can at all. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Check General Bro, collected evidence against everyone on the Discord. Yeah, I saw that. Congratulations, you were right about a fight. Do you want a medal? Listen, you always come for me when I get one wrong, so I don't care if you get one right. But Davis is a boxing match. Yes, I saw. Well, is it boxing? He's fighting karate combat. I don't know. Excited either way. Root for my boy. Yeah, I'm annoyed I didn't end up getting to meet him for a coffee. I was meant to go and meet him when he was in London for Misfits, but literally there was train strikes the only day we could do it, which means I would have had to fucking get up at like 5:30 a.m. or something stupid, which I wasn't doing. So no, it's a shame. But when he's back in the UK, I'm sure I'll break bread with him. But yeah, still, we got to do the pod with him anyway, which was always a great time. And that was my favorite episode we've done of the pod. It was hilarious, great time. So hope he really gets it done. He literally beat nobodies. They're not nobodies, bro. Not in my opinion. No switch with the media about Alex Guerrero before the fight. He's an unstoppable. Now post-fight, it's a completely different story. Hate the narrative they push, man. It's just, at the end of the day, mate, I think it's just hindsight, isn't it, really? Are people just going to change? Of course, people are going to change their tunes. When you lose in a fashion like that, you're going to. Alex Guerrero is good, and he'll definitely be back, and I'm sure he'll be circling around this top 10, top 5 pretty soon. So I'm not... You do get... The problem with a lot of MMA media is you get a lot of sensationalist stuff. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. It's the opinion's just shifting and yo-yoing like crazy, but this happens all the time. As you're right, I guess you're right in that way, I guess. It is quite frustrating. Will you ever do MMA? I mean, when I get back to jiu-jitsu, I've thought about starting a bit of boxing. So, yeah, maybe I'll do some form of more martial arts than just jiu-jitsu. I want to start boxing, maybe do a couple of sessions, see how it goes. Because I've always had a sort of attraction to the striking arts. Maybe Muay Thai, I don't know. But I wouldn't do all 3. I just wouldn't have the time. So what I might do is I might just do maybe 2-3 sessions a week. One of them being striking and the other 2 being jiu-jitsu. That's what I might try and do when I'm back in the saddle, going properly. So see, he didn't fight Khalil. No, Martin, the other guy, one of the guys he fought is what I said. One of the guys Vitor fought beat Khalil Roundtree Jr. Just woke up, finna go grocery shopping soon. Weirdly, I still kind of do. I quite enjoy my shopping trips, like for food. I know that sounds weird. Used to be just quite a nice solitary thing to do. Women's fights banned in Saudi Arabia. I've seen something about that on Twitter. I don't know, I never thought about that. I mean, it might be. Was there any women's fights on the card? I don't think there was. Shit, I never even thought about that. Oh, yeah, you might be right there. Pereira puts him out cold this time, even while being around 40-50%. However, Jiří's unpredictability makes him able to beat anyone on the feet. I agree with that. That's what makes Jiří so exciting, is it not? That's why we're all tuning in on next Saturday. So, yeah, I'm excited. Very excited. MVP Gary, as you say as well, Corky. Very excited. I got MVP in that fight because he's such a difficult puzzle. Such a difficult puzzle. Muay Thai. Yeah, I'm torn. I'm torn on which one to pick. Hook me up with your Kobe and plug so I can believe in Smith too. Maybe it is, but I mean, I wouldn't say that Roman Dolidze is anywhere near as good as he used to be. Not that he was that great to begin with, but I think Smith could beat him. I think it's a pretty fair challenge. I don't know. I don't particularly think he's great. I think Oldberg would have demolished him, but whereabouts are you, my guy? My wife is from Bury St Edmunds. I went to uni in Lincoln. I'm London, bro. I'm London, bro. London based, Zanny. Yeah, London based. Oldberg KO Smith easy. Yeah, I think so. But again, never write him off. People were saying Petrino was going to knock him out. Look what happened. And it is MMA, as I always say. Favorite fight back from the Pride days? Crow Cop. Probably Mirko Crow Cop. I can watch his highlights for days, bro. Said in the statement today they want women on the next tally card. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm happy about that. MVP KO's Gary, one of the GOAT strikers. I think he might do. It seems that was going to be a boring decision fest. Should I train car jiu-jitsu? I do like watching a bit of it. Sometimes when I'm bored, I'll watch car jiu-jitsu. I love how they have to unbuckle their seatbelts first. That's such a genius idea. I love that shit. I was actually... this wasn't... Obviously, not directly related, but it made me go down a rabbit hole of Russian MMA. And that's a video no one's done. And I'm probably going to do a video on it in the future. It's a weird one to research, though, so I don't know how I'm going to go about it. But I really want to do a video on Russian MMA. So I might plan that tonight and try and just get at least a laydown, because I don't know how I structure it. So I have to look at it. I might just go through various different Russian MMA events. It would definitely be a different kind of video to the ones I normally make, because I wouldn't be able to lend itself to the storytelling side of things, but I think it would still be an interesting video. So if you guys want to see that, just exploring the world of Russian MMA. You get those crazy promotions where you get like a 50v50 fight. That's not even a joke either, by the way. Or the 2v1 fight with like two women versus one fucking heavyweight dude. Shit like that. How does any of that get sanctioned? I don't know, and I want to know. So I might do a video of it. So if you want me to do a video on that, let me know. I think it would do well, because no one's done that. Rampage Jackson won last night. I saw him something beating up a guy and everything. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, terrible marketing, because I had no idea. Do the Russian 5v5 league is epic, low? Yeah, I might just cover a bunch of different Russian promotions and various weird events that they've all done, and just sort of explore it and how it happens and why it happens and all of that stuff. And then obviously make comparisons to the Eddie Hall stuff. I could see how I could structure it, give or take. Rampage? What, Shannon Briggs? What, did Rampage fight No, he did not fight Shannon Briggs, did he? Hell no. Who did he fight? I saw him fight somebody, right? How old is he now? He's 46. Jesus Christ. It's not on his MMA record, so I don't know. Oh, no, he did fight Shannon Briggs. Hey, oh, he is. Wait, is he meant to, or did he? Did he fight him? I didn't know he was signed to fight him. He's fighting in boxing. I doubt that goes well for him, but good luck to the man. How did Rampage look in shape? I only saw like a quick second clip of it, so I can't give you a proper answer there. For Russia, they don't need a sanction. They just do what the hell they want. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true. But yeah, I've really always had a weird fascination with it. And I guess that also leads into the whole slap fighting league as well. So that's something you could explore, because slap fighting, if I'm not mistaken, really stemmed in popularity from Russia. So there's obviously tie-ins to power slap that I could explore. So maybe I could make it actually quite an engaging video. So if you do want to see that, hit me up with it. No, the fight never fell through. Yeah, it just hasn't happened yet. MVP in your top 5 strikers? No. He is good, though. We're not doing this again, Blue. Every time you're in stream, we're talking about fucking... we're talking about fucking top 5 strikers. I ain't doing it again. Street beefs? I guess, they didn't do slap fighting. But I guess their street beefs is a similar sort of tie-in, right? To the sort of Russian informal promotion side of things. Napoleon Bonaparte's Freak Fight series is multi-hour and gives some good background on weird stuff. Oh, for fuck's sake, has he done it? You're kidding me, right? Oh, my God. I haven't really watched a lot of Napoleon Bonaparte's. I mean, I did back in the day. Oh, that's annoying. Doesn't mean I can't do it, to be fair. How old are them? How old are them? How old's the videos? Wait, what are they called? Sorry, real quick. Freak Fight series? Okay. Brief history of freak show fighting. Oh, my God. He's done it not even that long ago. Fuck's sake. Doesn't mean I can't do it. That sucks. Oh, well. I'll probably still do something on it. That does disappoint me a little bit. Just a little bit. Is this the one? Freak show fighting. I mean, it's a bit different. I know this is more a wider perspective, right? With YouTuber boxing and boxing versus MMA. Like, the stuff I covered with James Toney and Ali versus Inoki. Jack Dempsey, all of that shit. So it's a little bit different. So I guess there is still room for it. Hope Napoleon Bonaparte content is so overdone. Why is it overdone? I don't watch him, so I don't really know. Yeah, I mean, he's the OG, isn't he, really? He's been making stuff for a fucking long time. Fair play to him. He's the OG. He is the OG of combat sports creators. Jesus. I know it wasn't even MMA related, but his first YouTube video was... Is this fucking... Oh my god, this is... Yeah, 2006. Jesus Christ. Guy's an OG of the game. Got to give him the credit. Got to give him the credit. Would y'all say Islam was better striking the wicket? Hell no. What the fuck? Who's saying that? Because you know it's not true. Video on the King of the Streets Fight League. I don't know what that is. Is that Street Beefs or am I mistaken? Video is mid. I turn it off halfway. Each to their own, man. It's not. Again, I haven't seen it, so I can't give my comment on it. But I think people just like different stuff, right? That's just the game. That's the game of the stream. Most obscure fight organizations. No, I'd probably just title it The Weird World of Russian MMA. I think that just... Or Russian combat sports. I think that just makes sense, right? Yeah, that sounds appealing. It sounds attractive. That's for a title and a video, so why not? I've always... It's been on my back burner. It's been on my shortlist. I'll actually show you guys. This is like a stream exclusive for all you lot. This is my... you won't be able to read it, but I basically just have, if it wants to load... I just have a bunch of video title ideas just written down. Some of them I've already done. Some of them I never done or didn't want to do. But they're basically just random shit I thought about that would sound good as a video. And some of them are actually... Let me have a look through it. Let me see one of these which have actually come to fruition, right? Yeah, the Sean Strickland video. Forgotten controversies of the USBCs. Actually changed the name to conspiracies instead. UFC's iconic images explained. I didn't do that one. A couple of your guys' ideas are actually on here as well. Someone, probably one of you lot in the chat suggested this. It was like when champions underestimate their opponents or when the UFC fumbles the bag. I didn't ever made them, but I have them written down, so you never know. Blah, blah, blah. Boogeymen of the UFC. A lot of different stuff. Marchev documentary, Poirier documentary. Both of those I'm going to do at some point. Probably this year. I'll probably do them. Both of them I'll have done by the end of this year at some point. A lot of cool shit. Have a video I'm really proud about to stop making? Not really. I mean, this one last week was not the first time, one of the few times I really had, I was very deep through the video creation process and had to basically gut the entire thing, which is this McGregor one. It was nearly done. I'd have the Jamal Hill section covered, the McGregor section. Some of it I still wanted to use, like the Oldberg bit and the MVP Gary bit, that stayed. But everything else got cut. So I'm going to reuse that later on at some point. So when McGregor fights Chandler again, I'm just going to... You can call it lazy if you want, but I'll probably just dig that back out, make some adjustments to it script-wise, and then move from there. But there was one. I did write a Charles Oliveira script. I think there's two or three scripts which I have, which I never did. One was a Charles Oliveira one, but I just planned to make it. I was going to when he fought Makhachev for the second time at 294 before he got injured, so I'd scrapped that. Left it in the back burner. Went to go back and look at it again to do it, but I hated the script. It was nowhere near as good as my current work, so it's never going to come out, at least in that form. I probably will do another video on Charles in the far future, but it will be completely rewrite, completely new script, completely from scratch. But yeah, that would probably be the one I'd say. Add Putin, any judo black belt? I believe he is, right? I guess so. A little bit unrelated, but yeah, I mean, why not, right? King of the Street Fight League is way more organized. It's still underground, and the fighters are actually talented and vicious, not just Sunday barbecue punch-ups like Street Beefs. I guess that's what makes Street Beef so fucking entertaining, though, right? There's something just... It's fascinating, right? Dana White said... I've said this before as well, but Dana White said it perfectly, that everyone's just innately built... biologically in our brain, we're just built to find fighting engaging. There's something about it that just makes you want to see it. As I said, like when you go in school and you see kids are having two kids are scrapping with each other, You want to see it. You want to see who's winning. You want to see who's landing that shot. Everyone's crowding around because it's interesting. So there's always, I don't know why I'm waffling, but I guess that's what Street Boost kind of channels that. You know what I mean? When I inspired you to start making UFC content, just the love of the game, mate. Literally, it's as simple as that. Honestly, I wouldn't say it's anything more than that. I think that combined with I was a bit just disenfranchised, if that's the right word, or disenchanted with my degree at that point. Just had enough of it. Was going to get it done. Still got my degree because, listen, I'm a man of principle. But I was just tired of degree, needed something to do, and I was like, I need to figure out what it is I really want. And I always valued independence and self-employment a lot. So I was like, I want to go down that route. And I was like, let's give YouTube a crack. And a lot of people said it was a waste of time. A lot of people said it wouldn't work. And it was a waste of time that I should focus on my degree. And that is true. People did say that. But I did both. You can do both of those things. I managed to do both. And yeah, fast forward to now. Look where we're at. Look where we're at right now with all of you guys. Enjoying life, having a good time. Blessed with the UFC and MMA in general. And of course, a lovely community to go along with it. Hope you've been well. Always crushing with the videos. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you as well. I saw your support on the latest video as well. I do appreciate that. Any athletes outside the UFC you want to see in the UFC? Ali said it himself, though. Right there. The Hardwick brothers, George and Harry. Charismatic as fuck. They got to be in there. Yeah, John Haggerty would be great as well. I don't know how he'd fare in the grappling front, but man, that guy can strike. Love his Muay Thai game. Gail Stevenson transition to MMA. I know there was a lot of talk about that a while ago, wasn't it? But it never really happened, right? So I don't know. Who knows? Again, weirdly, you get most of the guys who tend to transition from other martial arts sports tend to do pretty well. So I'm curious. Longname deserves to tear through the UFC, but they won't pay him what he's worth. What, Brennan Longname? Yeah, I mean, fuck it. He's eating good in PFL. Why would you leave? He won the million. Like, he's made more in a couple of years in the PFL than he probably ever would in the UFC. Think Knuckles would be Hamza? I think he might have done, yeah. Again, it's easy to say with hindsight. I always said if it gets past the first 2 rounds, it was his fight to lose. Because Hamzat's cardio never seems to hold up. And I stand by that. He won the million. He did indeed. One championship, triple champion in the UFC. Who is that? Again, my knowledge is limited of one. And it's just a shame because I love what they actually do presentation-wise. And a lot of the events they do, I love it. But my knowledge of it is limited, sadly. UFC doesn't pay the most at first, but they have the best fighters. Yeah, I mean, well, they have a monopoly on it. I say it's like Apple, the same way Apple own the tech industry, really. There is no one who can come close to them. That's just how it is. And when they're that big, they're too big to fail. That's just how it is. Aspinall would smoke that dude from one. Is that, I don't know. I'm getting mixed up with fucking, I don't know, who's the heavyweight champion in fucking PFL? I suppose I have no idea. God, my knowledge is, I'm actually such a casual outside of UFC. Because I just don't have the time to watch it. I'm so invested in everything else. I just never have the time to watch PFL or UFC. Sometimes I watch a PFL event. I actually like what they're doing. Guy got Anatoly Malikin. I think it would be fun because most heavyweights are trash. Most of them are. I think that's the same anywhere you go, really, in MMA. Just this level of quality just ain't there. I don't think there's no shame in admitting that. Hang on a minute. I just realized I haven't even fucking downloaded the podcast. Or have I? Maybe I did. Did I download it? So I'm just checking. No, I did. I'm not stupid. We're good. PFL is doing well for him, but I think we're going to see him smash some 145ers. Yeah. What, Brendan Longney? Yeah, I mean, did he lose his on the Contender Series, or am I tripping? Or something like that? Or did he win and not get a contract? He did fight on the Contender Series, and he got cut, right? I know it's not technically cut. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm pretty sure he did, though, right? Or they didn't give him a contract. They stiffed him in some way. Let me have a look. Yeah, he won on the Contender Series, and they didn't give him a contract. Pretty crazy. And then he just went on an absolute tear. Lost to one guy, and then went on another tear, including winning the million. And now he's doing pretty well. 28-5. He's damn good. Damn good indeed. What does Isper have to do to pass Islam's pound for pound number 1? I think if he wins his next fight, he does, to be honest with you. Honestly, I think he does. PFL needs to have strippers during the long ass breaks to keep the views up. Ronald Ferreira, you're a filthy casual. I am. PFL heavyweight Trevor's running for any fighting Ngannou when Ngannou returns. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that getting announced. And Ngannou's, yeah, he's not gonna be out for a while after that knockout. Prime Ngannou versus Prime Jones. You have to go John Jones in his prime. You just do. That's no disrespect to Ngannou. He definitely could knock him out. It's Ngannou. But if I'm going with my logic and brain, you have to go John Jones. UFC is the king of MMA organizations. When casuals think of MMA, they think of the UFC. That's why, yeah, literally, people who don't know about MMA, they call the sport UFC. I've actually made that mistake in one of my scripts not that long ago, and I felt fucking awful about it. And someone rightfully bollocked me on it in the comment section. But yeah, they say, oh, you watch UFC. Do you know what I mean? They don't say you watch MMA. You say, oh, do you watch UFC then? What's that all about? UFC? That's Conor McGregor, isn't it? That's like 90% of it. Yeah, it's all that Irishman business, isn't it? Conor McGregor, UFC and all that. That's basically the extent of people who don't watch MMA's knowledge. He didn't get signed because he was wrestling to a decision, I believe. Kind of valid. He's boring, don't sign him. To be fair, the UFC used to be a lot more cutthroat on the Contender Series, I'm pretty sure. So, there is that. I think they've become a little bit more lenient with it now than they used to be. UFC is the best. They do, and that's why everyone watches them, because it's the most appealing. You get the best fighting the best. That's why you don't get that in boxing very often. So hence why boxing has generally been on a bit of a decline in the last few years. Though I will say, I had a little bit of a resurgence through Riyadh season and what the Saudi people out in Saudi Arabia are doing. You know, you can say what you want about them outside of the sport, which I think is completely justified to criticize them for. But what you can't deny is, you know, they're making fights happen that people want to see. So there is that. Haggerty O'Malley, that would be fucking awesome, wouldn't it? What a fight that would be. I think O'Malley would probably do the smart thing and take him down, but would his ego let him? Different question, right? I don't know. I do not know. That would be a fucking sick fight, though, right? Oh, hold up. Jesus, my headphones are sticking to my face. Oh, God, my ear. Sorry. 1 second, guy. 1 second. All right. Oh, shit. I just smashed my mic. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. We are good. That Sheik said last night's card that he wanted women fight on the next card. Yeah, I someone said that earlier, but I don't know how. You know, words are cheap, you know. Only good heavyweights. Jones, Aspinall, Garn, Volker, Blades, and John. That's fair. You like a Scottish Theo Von. I wouldn't. Shut the fuck up with this Scottish bullshit. No, I am not. And no, I do not. But I do like Theo Von. I will say that. I like the guy. Funny dude. I used to not find him that funny. And then I guess my humor changed or something. And I kind of got it. And it just, I found him pretty fucking hilarious nowadays. If Haggerty versus O'Malley were to happen, I'd pick O'Malley. Yeah, of course you'd pick O'Malley. You would pick O'Malley, logically. It just makes sense. He's the MMA fighter, and you got a Muay Thai fighter stepping into the world of MMA. You pick Sean O'Malley. Theo's podcast of Bryce Mitchell at Pure Gold. Bryce Mitchell is, honestly, that I worry for his child. I truly do. That stuff, have you seen that video of him holding his baby he just had? And he's talking about, I didn't want the baby to turn out gay or whatever. I honestly, that baby, oh, man. I fear for that baby's life. I really do. God damn it. He is doomed. He is doomed. If Bryce Mitchell's your dad, it's curtains, man. It is curtains. It's over. He is never leaving Arkansas. He is never leaving. Laugh so hard when held up the bar when you're freedom. Yeah, that was funny as fuck. Who was that against? Was that... Don't tell me. Don't tell me that was against. Oh, it wasn't even that long ago. Dan Ige. Was it against Dan Ige? I'm pretty sure it was Dan Ige, right? Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong. No, it was. He lost. Yeah, he beat Dan Ige. Let's fucking go. I'm sick. It's weird as hell that he's going to teach the kid the F is flat. I feel so sorry for him, man. That kid's genuinely doomed. Fucking doomed. All jokes aside, did you cry when the Queen passed? No. I'm not... You'd be surprised. I think most of, like, the younger generations aren't, like... They don't care about the royals. Most people in the UK don't give a fuck about the royal family. I don't. Yeah, it was weird when she died, and I guess it was... It wasn't sad. It was just like, oh, shit, the Queen's dead. Holy fuck. But But no, I don't really care. I don't. The royal family don't. I would get. We'll end the stream on this, but I don't really care about the royal family. I don't think most people do. I think the royal family had nothing to the UK besides tourism, money, I guess. But no, I didn't. And I don't even like crumpets that much either. But I do like tea. I will give you that last one. I fucking love tea. And any British person who doesn't should be exiled permanently. I think that would probably be the best plan of action. That would be what I would do. Speaking of the general election, if I was new prime minister, that would be I'll be on my manifesto, exiling anyone who don't drink good old English breakfast tea. Yeah. Anyway, guys, this has been a fucking lovely little stream. Very beautiful. Lovely little chat, chill vibes. Gonna try and what I'm gonna do tonight is probably draft up some ideas we can do for the stream. So maybe some quiz stuff, gaming stuff, maybe if it's combat sports related. I don't know. We'll try and figure some stuff out. I want to vary the kind of content we're doing, and obviously I'm developing some merch stuff alongside. Still trying to find the right artist to do the work, but it's going to be sick. Hopefully, my goal is to get that done by the end of the year. I don't know when, but I want to get that out and done and distributed. And it'll be sick. I hate calling it merch because I want to see it as more than that. It'll be some really cool clothing designs, which I'm fucking really proud of. So hopefully we get that done at some point in the future. Really a lot of cool plans for the channel. And again, I know the Talking Channel been in the works for ages and it still hasn't happened. Again, I never said I wanted to give you a time frame because I don't want to disappoint. It will happen when it happens. Stream again on Tuesday and on Thursday. Pod should be out later tonight. And we're going to work on some cool shit for next week in terms of Friday's video. So stay tuned, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I'll see you pretty soon. Have a good one.